Welcome to Meet JMT, Insights from Within, a series that introduces our industry professionals and provides them the opportunity to share their professional experiences, personal reflections, and sources of inspiration as individuals working in the architecture, engineering, and construction sectors.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Meet JMT podcast. My name is Jennifer, and I am your host and digital marketing manager here at JMT. Today, we have Lenny Massotti joining us on the podcast. He is a senior project manager and also manages the ADAC support services team based in our Dover, Delaware office. Lenny, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. Would you mind telling our listeners just a little bit more about yourself and your role here at JMT?
Yeah, thanks, Jennifer. I'm a senior project manager, as you mentioned, and our team in Dover, Delaware, we're administrated out of a satellite office, but we provide policy and process support to clients for regulatory matters. Our primary focus is on the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, program access, things like accommodation requests, ADA complaints, self-evaluation reviews, and transition planning. We've also supported permitting process creation and regulation implementation for things like renewable energy in public right-of-way and small wireless 5G in the public right-of-way.
Well, thanks so much for sharing that overview. It's really great to hear about the breadth of work that the ADA team is leading out of the Dover office. What were some of your inspirations when you were choosing your professional career?
As a student, I found inspiration in the impact that engineers and architects can make on society over the course of a career. In practice, as a professional engineer, I found that the impact that are possible can be propelled to success or hindered from implementation on the basis of effective policy and process implementation. The Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA, became one of the most challenging and least supported implementation challenges that I grappled with as a young engineer and later as a member of a regulatory agency.
I think that's a great perspective. It's nice to see how your career has grown to focus on really bridging the gap and helping projects successfully move forward. Can you tell us about a significant project you've handled and how that may have impacted you, JMT, or even the AEC industry as a whole?
Well, funny enough, when I joined JMT in 2016, it was expressly because there was an opportunity to rewrite a working copy of one of our DOT clients' pedestrian accessibility standards. That was the compelling opportunity that attracted me to leave our state employment position and join JMT, along with the goal of making a lasting impact that might help the ADA become more broadly understood in practical application to things like capital projects and private development across the state of Delaware. Our hope is to grow JMT's ability to extend ADA support services across the broader JMT footprint to both new and existing clients. Our role with that one manual rewrite opened up doors to other ADA support roles with clients that had opportunities to work in settings that were municipal, some in-state, some out-of-state, working on things like ADA policy and regulatory implementation challenges. The lack of ADA awareness about civil rights underpinnings of the ADA and pocketed ADA design expertise across our industry motivated me to get certified as an ADA coordinator, or an ADAC, and to petition senior management to expand ADA support services beyond the Maryland, Delaware area where our primary reach has been.
It's impressive how you've turned that initial DOT work into expanded ADA support and advocacy, and also help push for broader awareness and services across JMT's entire footprint. Are there any hobbies or interests outside of your work that you feel have really influenced your professional journey?
Sure. My personal experiences dealing with family members as they've, had various, whether they're short-term or long-term disabilities, that kind of was one of those things that sticks in the back of your mind as you are kind of entering the workforce. And then in my own personal journey as a person with a late-onset neurological disorder and some intermittent physical limitations, including periods of relying on mobility assistive devices and other ADA accommodation techniques to adapt to changing personal capabilities, it's just reinforced my passion to help our clients digest and understand and really implement on their ADA obligations and their ability to bring accessibility across their programs to their constituents and clients.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure your lived experiences bring such a meaningful perspective to the work that you do here every single day. I also want to thank you for joining me on the Meet JMT podcast today. But before we leave, are there any words of inspiration or wisdom that you would like to share with our listeners?
I guess I'm just really excited about the direction that JMT is heading and all the initiatives that are already underway. As the roster of core JMT services and business lines continues to be developed and broadened, I'm personally looking forward to seeing how our ADA support services team can contribute in more meaningful ways to support our clients in new ways and to help drive long-term growth across the organization. Over the last 10 years with JMT, I have found tremendous support and encouragement in my personal and professional journey, with the ADA becoming a more meaningful part of what I find rewarding about our ability to do good for greatness' sake. Our ADA support services team is available to assist anybody that might be listening to this podcast with a broad range of ADA-related needs, from policy implementation to technical documentation for things like constraints and what steps should be taken to advance accessibility, even when technical infeasibility may limit what you think is possible. So feel free to contact Joshua Johnson or myself, Lenny Massotti, for scoping support suggestions or technical insights on challenging ADA topics. And thank you for this time today, Jennifer.
Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed the Meet JMT podcast today. Remember to subscribe, post a review, and of course, encourage your friends and colleagues to do the same.